Welcome back to the Bunt, the People's Podcast. I'm D Jones. I got my main man, the Ghost, with me. We got Jay Burrows and Ants One behind the scenes.
It's a cool
Ghost, last episode before our little mini Christmas break. You know it's a barn burner. Who we got in the building?
It's Trevor Colden, y'all. Hyped to reintroduce him to the people. He's been shredding for a minute. I'm sure you've seen him on Insta, but he hasn't done an interview in forever. So hyped to be able to catch the people up with what Trevor Colden's been saying. Stoked to see him. I think he's got a part coming in the nearest future, so keep your eyes out for that. Fun interview with him. Post office, you know what I'm saying? They trying to trick us and shit. We on point. And then NBA Cup, Emirate Cup, whatever the fuck it's called. NFL, the Lions let us down. And yeah, barn burner. You already know.
Fantasy football update. All the good stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Bunt Live. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/@TheBunt. Holla at us on our Patreon. It is the giving season, you know, patreon.com/TheBunt. And then head over to our website, thebuntlive.com. Every episode logged for your listening pleasure. New merch going up soon. Soon times. Merch is coming. The Ghost is working hard. Yeah, man. I don't watch much skating on a weekly basis because I'm watching a lot of sports. But Sodi finally dropped. You know, you dropped your B list. Everything was right except for one. But congrats to Jamie Foy taking home Skater of the Year 2024. Just because we were pushing for our boy Elijah Burrow doesn't mean it's undeserved. Jamie obviously went crazy. 3 parts, did the damn thing. Death-defying stunts. 2-time Sodi. Massive congrats, man. And he's from Florida. We love Florida.
Yeah, so exactly like you said, I think it was well-deserved. We're just homies with Elijah, so we're a little biased. He went crazy, and Elijah maximized his skill, which I respect when anyone does that. Like, when I saw Elijah skate way back in the day, I didn't think he would get to the level that he's at today, so hats off to you. But Jamie Foy, man, insane year. Like I even said in the B list, he could go clip for clip with anyone and then have a bunch of hammers left over. So, well-deserved. The top 5, though, that was the same top 5
you did it.
Ended up
Maybe
with.
they took yours.
You know what I'm saying? No, there's no way. But
thought about it.
I mean, if I wasn't being biased, I would have had it flipped too. So, anyways, no, Jamie Foy, insane. The fakie flips into handrails, like all those tricks. I forgot about the fakie 5-0, the double kink, because that was at the start of the year. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just hammers left, right, and center. Well deserved. Fun race this year.
Absolutely.
And congrats to all the fucking shredders, man. It just sucks sometimes. You know,
there's got to be a loser.
Year, yeah, like sometimes there's more years that are more stacked and years where it's less competition.
Nothing will beat the Tyshawn Louis and Niger year. There was 3 right answers that year, man.
That was fucked too. But yeah, congrats to all the shredders, man.
Skateboarding at an insane level right now, man. One thing I do want to clarify, you know, and we don't always address rumors out there in the comments and on the message boards, but anybody claiming that was Vans propaganda in the B list, like Vans would put us up to having Elijah as number 1, it's crazy, man. First of all, we wouldn't do that, you know, and second of all, Vans would never ask us to do that. They have never, aside from, you know, us interviewing Vans people, they've never asked us to add or remove anything content related, just for the record.
Yeah, ever. But you know, people love making up shit on the internet. But anyways, on to this week's shout out of the week, brought to you by The Den, your home for all the highest quality skate videos, man. It's free with over 2,000 videos curated by people like us at The Bunt, built to preserve the classics and feature all the newest releases in the highest quality, man. It's available everywhere, Apple, Android, on the web, the big screen with Apple TV. Get in there free and watch your favorite videos entertheden.com/bunt. Going to my boy, Xander Mitchell. Fucking love to see it. His dial tone part over at Free Skate was epic. Ledge Chomper. Skating some Yo, he made me want to go to New Jersey, man, and Philly. So maybe this summer we'll figure it out. Zandini making it pop. Trying to think of a choice trick in there. Oh, that one line he did in New York back when I fakie 5-0. I think it was quarter snacks top 10. Fakie varial heel, switchback 5. Fire. Nollie flip back nose grind into the bank. Go watch it. Xander, you killed it. And let's keep it Canadian for a little bonus shout out. I don't know if you saw the Solo Tango Boys, Toronto crew. They put out a video, fucking Grease Fire. So check that out on YouTube as well. A lot of Toronto spots getting dummied. Shout out to Will, Slappy God, holding it down. We've known him since forever and love seeing the bearded one shred up the streets of Toronto.
Absolutely. And I have a bonus. Stuck in Melbourne. Shout out to the Huddle guys. Dropped another video. Still in the grid. And that boy Reef went crazy at the end, man. That indoor double. Absolutely sessioned the hell out of that thing. Reef killed it. Huddle. Fucking hottest brand in the business, dog.
Let's go. I can't wait to peep that one.
All right. Only one thing left to do before we get into the interview. Like we said, it's the holiday season. Me and Seifa in years past would go on holiday benders. You know, a little older now, so we don't party as much. But, you know, we enjoy a nice dinner. And where better to get a nice dinner than the Comrade on Queen Street East. You know, they're selling Beamers quicker than anybody out there. So get them down there. Freshest Beamers in the city at Comrade and some of the finest food in the city as well. Queen Street East, Broadview, the Comrade. Perfect for a holiday dinner. All right, Ghost. Only one thing left to do. The interview, man. Let's get into it.
Yo, Trevor, what's happening? Let's make it pop.
We got Trevor Colden in the building, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show, bro.
Dude, no worries. Thank you guys for having me. For real.
Yes, sir. So, Trevor, we start every show off the same. You got to hit us with your favorite skate moment and your favorite sports moment.
Favorite skate moment? Oh man, there's been many of them. Just to think of one off the top of my head, maybe my first and only Thrasher cover. I mean, that was surreal for me. Yeah, for sure. That's when this just came straight off the top of my head.
Which one was that again? Remind me.
There was a spot in San Pedro. It was like, it was just a cliff, pretty much. It was like this huge loading dock. And it went between two palm trees. Nick Trapasso kickflipped it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about. And I think Chris Jocelyn Trey flipped it. Yeah.
Damn, how could I forget that? I remember the clip.
Trey too?
I remember the clip, but not the cover. Because I remember...
Well, you know how people just have, like, tricks better than others? Like, there's no way in hell I could have regular Trey flipped that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Trey gang.
Save his ears perked up inside those fucking headphones, man.
Well, the funny thing is, this might seem disrespectful, but when you mention the gap, you're like the one Trapasso kickflipped. In my head, I was like, oh yeah, someone switch trade that, and it made no sense because only a few basic tricks had been done. Like I remember, I think our boy Sinner did fakie ollie, like Trapasso did kickflip. I think Furby did nollie flip. So it was like everyone's like basic best trick, and then you just switch trade it, which kind of made no sense.
How the hell do you know all of that, man?
I know that was right off Matt. No, but all those tricks were super valid. I do remember seeing Furby's nollie flip and not being like, holy shit, man. That's insane.
Furby, man.
Yeah.
There's no link to that gap. It's just straight drop.
Yeah, young legs only.
Yeah, for real. I was like 17, 16, something like that.
And favorite sports moment?
Shit, something with Allen Iverson, for sure.
Oof.
I don't even know, man. You got to get back to me, but something with him because he's from VA.
AI. Big vibe, man. Big vibe.
Yeah.
Bro, come on, dog. You know the easy one for AI is when he stepped over the legendary, well, now coach. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Ty Lue, fuck that bum. What was better? Was
What?
just as hard as that? Didn't he get his? Wasn't his mom braiding him up on the bench one time? He's like on the bench for the.
Oh yeah, he was
his
getting braided up on
mom's
the
like
bench,
doing his braids.
and then that legendary interview, he was like, "I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about practice."
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for the
It's a
culture.
whole vibe, man. Whole vibe.
All right, Trevor, take us back to the beginning. Where'd you grow up and how'd you get into skating, man?
Where I grew up was Virginia Beach, Virginia. Well, a lot of people don't know. I actually grew up in Hawaii until I was 10. My family decided to move out there right after I was born. So all I knew until I was 10 was Hawaii, island lifestyle, going to the beach, bodyboarding, catching chickens, all that.
Sick.
Yeah, we didn't really like skate we had boards, but we just like cruised around in Hawaii, you know. But once we turned 10, or once I turned 10, my little brother has hemophilia. So he was born, and you guys familiar with hemophilia or know what it is? Hemophilia is a blood disorder. So it's like, say you get cut, it doesn't stop bleeding. Or say you bump into the wall or something very minor, you'll get a huge bruise. His blood doesn't clot. So, yeah, so at the time, Hawaii didn't have like the right resources, or they did, but it was way too expensive or something, and we couldn't do it. So my mom and little brother had to move back to the mainland, Virginia, and that's why we moved back. I mean, we were gonna move back anyway, but we moved back because of that, and that was like the safest, best thing for him. So we moved, and we moved into this neighborhood called Burnett's Mill. It was in Suffolk, Virginia, and me and my older brother would just like walk around, just do whatever little kid shit. And we seen this kid skating in his front driveway with, like, I don't know, like little ramps and stuff. And then we got super, super hooked into it. We got boards, and yeah, after that, we couldn't tell us to not skate. We couldn't get us off our board. And we had this tennis court in Burnettsville that was abandoned. So but we ran that shit. And our flat bar was just a fat ass log. Yeah, so we just skated that log forever, and then and then we moved to this neighborhood in Virginia Beach called Arrowhead. Well, no, you're familiar with Virginia Beach, or you live there, like, you know, Arrowhead. It's like right on the borderline of Norfolk, Virginia. And right down the street, or a couple miles down the street, was Trashmore Skate Park and Plaza, Woodstock Skate Plaza. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I mean, it's not what it is now. Now it's that park that always looks wet on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
That
park looks so good. Yeah.
Dude, it looks so good. I'd still be yet to be gone though. Like, I've never been there. I want to go check that out. But yeah, I mean, just skating those parks every single day, and then once I started kind of understanding that you got to go out and skate street, you got to film and stuff like that. Me and my friends, we would always go to Richmond, but if we were going to Richmond, even though Richmond was only like an hour, if that, away, like, we thought it was like a whole ordeal. Like, what, we're staying in a hotel? It's a full-on trip. You know what I mean? I always trip on that, because like out here, 45 minutes to an hour, like, I'm in LA, but out here in LA, 45 minutes to an hour, it's just right down the street.
You're just going to lunch.
Yeah, what? We're just gonna go get coffee or something.
What's the best trick you got on that log, man?
Damn, dude. I learned back 50s on it. I learned crooks. Well, it wasn't like a straight log. It was square. but
Okay.
like, you could still like lock in the shit and stuff. But I learned kickflip back 50s. I learned front feeble somehow. I don't even know. But it was funny because anytime I waxed it or anyone waxed it, we got just 4 or 5 splinters on our hand.
Yeah, just shredded.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, what would you consider your first big break in the skate industry? How did it all get popping for you, man?
Maybe Tampa Am. Yeah, Tampa Am. Somehow I happened to win that in 2011.
Crazy.
I'm sure of that.
After that, or I don't know if this was before or after, I'm assuming after, the first time I remember seeing you was your mystery part kind of popping onto the scene there. No surprise, but I feel like you did some of your gnarliest rail skating in your mystery America era. But what was it like, getting on that camp and doing the whole thing? Black box styles.
Oh, dude, it was it was amazing. I mean, Jamie, because like Black Box was like the offices and stuff are up front, and then in the back or a couple like units down was the skate park, and then there was 2 units for like dudes to stay in. So I lived in one unit, and then my homies lived in the other one, like Dane Berman, Ed Duff, and Travis, and a bunch of people. And we used to just skate all the time, and then during the day, we would go out with Fallen Team, some of the Zero dudes, Mystery, like almost all of us together would just hop in a van and just go skate all their spots. And I don't know, man, just being around those dudes and knowing what they've done and all that was so inspiring and motivating. Like I couldn't have an excuse to like not try and do shit. You know what I mean? I was so pumped up all the time. So yeah, I mean, just being in that environment, like for real skate rat shit, living in a warehouse, doing
Skating triple sets, huge rails. But yo, you said you were in one unit and all the other. How the hell did the smallest, probably one of the youngest guys, hold down his own unit, man?
I mean, there was only a wall separating us, and I don't know, like growing up, that was nothing. No, that was nothing like out of the ordinary anyway. Like doing shit on my own. So living on my own across country, and even if I wasn't one unit or whatever, like that wasn't anything crazy. I had my homies right next door, so I mean, it just felt normal. I mean, they were like family too, so it was all good.
Was there a little bit of pressure living that black box, man, knowing who stayed in those units before you? The legends who had been through that building. Is there a little bit of pressure going on those sessions?
Oh, for sure. Hell yeah. Yeah, every time I got in the van, I was like, damn, I gotta come over. I gotta get back here at least a couple trips. Or if I don't come back, I better be limping or some shit. So,
fake a limp on the way back.
Well, hell yeah, I gotta make sure I try to do something to the fullest extent. Yeah.
Seems crazy, man. So shortly after Mystery, you get on Welcome, which is equally as impressive of a team at the time.
America.
Welcome.
What did I say? Welcome?
Yeah, you got Welcome too.
Shortly after getting on Mystery, you got on America, which was equally of impressive as a team at the time. What was it like skating with those legends, man?
Another just surreal. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm around these dudes. And just more importantly, like these, like might be an opportunity for me to be on this company. Like that was crazy. You know what I mean? Growing up, seeing all these videos, kids in America, Stay Gold. I mean, Stay Gold. Yeah, Stay Gold. I was gonna say that came out right around the time that I came out here, but no, that came out before because I remember I was still in Virginia. And yeah, just being around those dudes, it was nothing but motivation, you know? And knowing that, yeah, I could possibly get on this team was crazy. You couldn't tell me anything else. So I don't know. That was a dream come true for sure.
Who had you more starstruck? Heath Kirchart, Andrew Reynolds, or Jamie Thomas?
Starstruck. I mean, they were all just people I looked up to. You know what I mean? Being in Virginia Beach, just home was so big. So anyone like that was crazy, like legendary status. Heath Kirchart, Andrew Reynolds, and Jamie. But I watched more of the America stuff growing up. So that was always in my face. So, I mean, more starstruck, being probably Andrew Reynolds and Heath Kirchart and the America team. But it wasn't like any different. By the time I was like hanging out with the America dudes, I already knew Jamie. I had to talk with him. He offered me a place to stay in his warehouse, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there was a little bit of time before I started like actually going on trips with the America. It wasn't like I got on Mystery and it's just like bang, bang, bang. There was at least like maybe like 4, 5, 6 months until I started really doing it. I mean, it wasn't like I was on for long. I was only on for maybe a year and a half.
Still pretty beast going from a little kid in Virginia to fucking skating with all your heroes. It's got to be a trip. Still on the sponsorship train for a second. I was watching a bunch of footage today, skipping through things, pressing play on anything and everything. And I started watching this clip and it's like introducing Trevor Colden. And then it's like a bunch of clips. I'm like, what the hell brand is this? And then at the end, you do a tailslide fakie on a rail. Boom, cuts to black. Omit clothing. Which I completely forgot about that brand. But what was the story
What's so funny?
Yo, you're
laughing too.
You're laughing too.
I'm laughing because you're laughing.
There's just so many brands over the years, you forget some of them, man.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Omit. What was up with that brand and its short-lived history? What happened there?
Okay, so I was in the warehouse. I was skating for Black Box Mystery, and we would always go out landscape. Me, Chris Cole, anyone that wanted to skate from zero, Fallen, whatever, any of the Black Box dudes. We're always near each other. We're always talking and stuff. And Chris wanted to, and at the time, I was riding for Rain. Remember Rain Skate Shop in Philly?
I think so.
Tom asked Chris Cole. Or there was a skate shop. So I was already riding for that skate shop because those dudes, like, I was always around them. And then, like I don't know, I got offered it. And I was like, yeah, might as well. I'm always with these dudes anyway. And the shot was on it. So Chris wanted to start a clothing sponsor, and I didn't have a clothing sponsor at the time. And I mean, that's just how that went about. He started it. He had a couple of dudes riding for it. I was one of the dudes, and it just kind of faded away. I guess I don't know. Faded away. I mean, it lasted maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 months.
Oh, shit.
Damn,
it's that. No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm not
I
saying
thought you were going to hit me with the 6, 7 years, and I was going to be like, whoa.
No.
I didn't know it went that long. That's just kind of short.
Bro, that shit was done before it started when you saw that first ad. Come on now.
It's all good to have a laugh now, man.
No, but he did that shit. I mean,
Yeah, fuck. Running a company is not easy, so you fucking that. But you still got any of the gear?
This dude got mad jokes.
My bad.
No, I don't think I have really anything from that time. What was that, like 2013, 2012?
So
A wristband or
Eventually,
something.
you parted ways with Mystery. One of the more like infamous stories about someone leaving a brand, going on to a new brand. What was behind that? Just like that decision at the time and buying out of the contract, man.
All right. So I'm riding for Mystery. Now I'm on Nike. And I started skating with the Nike dudes a lot. Skating, going out with them. And Brad Staba, Brad is really close with a lot of like scuba and a lot of Nike heads.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. But at the time, it was a better fit. It just made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nike, with skating on. And I was getting asked if that was something I wanted to do. And I was told it was a better situation all around. And yeah, so I went up north to Oakland to hang out with Brad and skate with. It was kind of like a Nike thing, but I was the only one going out there to kick it with him and skate and film and whatever. And yeah, we talked about it. It seemed like a better option at the time. So I go on this trip, kind of hush hush, and then come back. And the whole way I went about it was I thought it was very good. So I already knew I was gonna try. I was already gonna take that up. So came back, and just to like not step on anyone's toes, as soon as I came back, I found an apartment in downtown LA. So I moved all my shit out of Black Box. So when I was gonna be like, yo man, I really appreciate everything, but I think I want to go this route and skate metal.
Mm-hmm.
I was already in LA, you know what I mean? So that didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. That didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. I mean, I could understand 100% where he's coming from, but it was just a back and forth for a little bit. And then I just asked him, like, man, what's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? And he was like, you can buy your way out. And me just being like, you know what? Like, okay, this dude, like, he did this much for me already. Like, I'll just, whatever. If it's around the budget that I have, or if it's even something I can't spend, I'll come up with the money and I'll pay it. So he said 15 grand. And at the time, I mean, still 15 grand's a lot of money. But at the time, I was like, fuck, man, 15 G's? Fuck it. Whatever. I'll just write the check. Where do you want me to meet you? What time? Where? And then a few days go by. Ryan Bobier was the mystery TM at the time. I met up with him, gave him the check, and that was that. The whole board situation, stuff like that came out. Like I didn't really care for that to come out.
Wait, what was that? Refresh our memories and the listeners, because I don't remember the board situation.
Board. There was a promo board of the check.
Oh shit! Really?
But yeah.
Damn. I did not know that.
The whole thing just escalated, and then yeah, that was that. Me and Jamie didn't speak for a long time, but then over time, like, we would see each other and say, "Hey, what up?" Like, it was never my intention to like be disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want it to go that route, but it did. By me paying him, I thought that was kind of like we're good, you know.
Damn.
But
I think that maybe there wouldn't have been as much beef without that Skate Mental release of that board, right? I think that like re-sparked it, or just like made it super public.
I think that was just another thing to go with the fire. You know what I mean? One more thing to just go with the fire, and we're all good now. But
first of all, I don't think he should have made you pay the money. I think he should, like, obviously he had done a lot for you at the time, so his Obviously, his feelings were hurt. Like, he probably put a lot of time and effort into building your career up, and your career was skyrocketing at the time. So to lose you, he was probably like, "Fuck, I'm losing a lot," you know.
That's understandable. That's why I was like, I wanted to pay. Like, just let me do something.
Yeah, I feel like you were trying to show good faith by being like, "Listen, I want to pay you back. I know this is not an ideal situation." So I see it from both sides, but I feel like once the Skate Mental board came out, then it was like, that's when he probably took it even more personal. It was like, damn, you didn't have to do that, but it's crazy. Yeah. It's a crazy situation. I don't know Brad Stable, but it seems like he loved nothing more than to give him a little jab, you know?
I'm not even trying to say anything about Brad or whatever. I just wish that board never fucking came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
skateboarders love a little beef story though, man.
Yeah, I mean, that shit
was
was
animosity in the industry, you know.
Yeah.
So crazy situation though, man. You won the 1-hour helicopter ride at the local Christmas fair. Who would have known? Not you, that's for sure, because you never win. But now you did, and you're sitting in a helicopter together with 3 other winners from 3 other Christmas fairs. Suddenly, one of them farts. God damn it, smells like hell. And since you're in a helicopter, there is nowhere to go but sit there and take it. This pisses you right off. You never win, and now, when you did, someone literally farts inside your prize. If anyone deserves to be slapped in public, or in this case, in a helicopter, it's this guy or girl. And you do. A nice and firm slap right across the face. You're not a fighter, but serious times call for serious measures. Turns out that wasn't a good call. Not only did this person have bad gases, turns out they had a bad temper as well. And if that wasn't enough, he backs up that temper with being the local Kung Fu champion. God damn it. Before you know it, he has slapped you 5 times in 10 different places. How is that even possible? Only a Kung Fu champion knows. And if that wasn't enough, 1 second later, he also unbuckled you and kicked you out of the helicopter. You're free falling. God damn it for a 3rd time in less than a minute. Is your first win in life going to kill you? The answer is no. Luckily for you, the helicopter pilot was showing off their low-flying skills to one of the other winners, so the drop isn't that bad, and you survive. Unlucky for you is that the Kung Fu champion kicked you out so quick, and the helicopter pilot was so distracted by the other oh-so-handsome winner, they didn't notice you were gone. Years later, they will say that you were never even in the helicopter. But there you are now, in the middle of nowhere, with no one even knowing where you went. Everyone but one person, Jamie Foy, 2024 Skater of the Year. Right before the Kung Fu champion farted, you sent him a selfie with a text from one winner to another. Congratulations, Sodi. You didn't know Jamie, but because you wanted to be close with the pros, you tend to send messages to them from time to time. One time, you sent a picture of your bruised ass to Mason Silva saying this is all because of you. You meant because you had attempted a trick he had done in a video. Turns out he didn't take it that way, and you ended up in jail for 30 days. But that's a different story. Back to this one. Jamie sees your photo and mistakes you for the owner of his local Zaxby's and decides that he wants you at his Sodi party. He checks the geotag of your photo, talks to his drink sponsor, who then sends out their own private helicopter, they have a few, to pick you up. 1 minute, you're Tom Hanks in Castaway, and the next, you're at Jamie's Sodi party, serving Zaxby's premium chicken fingers and wings to everyone and anyone who is in the skateboarding world in 2024. Is that Andrew Reynolds licking his fingers after he enjoyed one of the chicken wings you just served him? Yes, buddy, it is. You won, you lost, and then you won again. And now, you're even closer to the pros than you've ever been. And who made this happen? You know who did. You know who made for sure Jamie would mistake you for his local Zaxby owner? CHPO brand, the worldwide leader in sunglasses and watches. CHPO, always doing it for the people.
Do you have a Brad Staba story for the people?
I never like. I mean, I was on skate mental, but like I never went up north that often. So, like kicked it when I won. Like, I was always down here. I mean, I only went up there a handful of times, and we would skate, maybe do a demo in the city, and then go get pizza. You know, I love pizza. So,
That's kind of chill.
yeah.
You and Shane were on at the same time for a bit?
Shane got off right when I got on, or like
Okay.
there was like months of a window, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I guess you guys were Nike teammates anyways, but that would have been a cool 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got on. He was getting on primitive, I think, at the time, right? He rode for primitive, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Ski Mental has had one of the craziest teams over the years of people who have come on, man. It's unfucking real. We heard you accidentally bought a stolen car back in the day. What's the story there, and how'd you end up getting rid of it?
I was living at Black Box. It was right around the time I was old enough to get my license. So I go to DMV, get my license. When I just get it. That shit took me like three times a damn test. Yeah. And then, I had a little bit of money saved up. I think I had like $1,500, $2,000 to spend. But I don't know, you can get a little hoopty, a little piece of shit Honda Civic, you know what I mean? So I went on Craigslist, and me not even thinking, I'm like, there's no way nobody's gonna about to scam me. What? So I find this little Civic, 2-door Civic, and Black Box is in Encinitas, or was in Encinitas, California. It's right by Carlsbad. And this car was it was really close to the border. It was really close to like Mexico border. It was kind of in the hood a little bit. But yeah, so I went to check it out, drove good. Everything was fine. We negotiated for like maybe $1,700. Yeah, I think it was $1,700. Did the bill of sale. But I wasn't even thinking, like, I didn't even know you had to have a pink slip. Mm-hmm. So I got the car with just a bill of sale. So he signed it. He signed off on it. I drove it back to Black Box. I'm stoked. I'm whipping it. I'm good. So come to find out, I tried to go register it. Into my name. And, I needed to have the pink slip. So I called the DMV. I gave him the VIN number, trying to find it. And come out. It was like, this car was, that's what was stolen. So I sold it. And I'm like, I don't want this in my possession anymore. What? So I posted it back on Craigslist.
Oh, shit.
I posted it back on Craigslist. Some dude came to check it out. He was interested, but he was like, where's the title? I was like, I don't know, man. Are you trying to buy it or what's up?
It doesn't come with one, dog.
Yeah. And he was kind of iffy about it, but I persuaded him. I had this little like pocket bike that I used to ride back and forth to the grocery store from Black Box. And I was like, look, man, you take this off my hands, I'll throw in this pocket bike too.
You got no wheels now.
I got no wheels. But yeah, he took it off my hands.
Damn.
The dude who sold it to you must have been so hyped when you pulled up. Like, look at this.
Yeah. Cash ready. Yeah, still sold. Not from me.
So fast forwarding back a bit, everything's all good. You're on Skate Mental, Nike, in your prime, arguably your best part, your Chronicles 3-part, man. Take us back to that era. How fun was filming for that project?
Oh, it was a blast. It was me and Jason Hernandez every day. I mean, we were filming before that, but it was already a routine for us to go out every single day. So as soon as the sun comes up, until that shit went down. So we were kind of already filming for Chronicles 3 before Chronicles 3 was even talked about. Because we just got done filming that redirect part where I was like skating all through downtown or whatever. So that got finished. And then filming for Chronicles 3 was amazing. I mean, going on all those trips. If there was a spot you had in mind that was in another state or whatever, like they would have sent you out there, just you and whoever, just go get it. Like it was just, they made it very easy to film for it. It was good. It was really good. And being with those dudes in the video was nothing but good times. It was, you know how some videos, like it might be a little harder than others to like get shit, be with all the dudes because everyone's schedule's jacked. Like that was probably the easiest. That and push part was probably the easiest cross. Yeah, that was the easiest to pump with for sure.
Bro, and you got the Lil Wayne track, man. How'd you pull that off? Nike paying the bill for the big tunes.
Well, they didn't say anything otherwise, as if like they couldn't get copyrights. They just asked us, what song do you use? What do you want to use? So I just gave them probably a list of maybe like 10 songs. And Lil Wayne's was the easiest to clear. And I kind of wanted to go, it was either that one or two other Cameron songs.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Dipset? What? Dipset.
That would have been hard.
Yeah, being on the East Coast, like shit, that's always in my ear. So, yeah, same with Lil Wayne. Like that was always in my ear growing up too. But yeah, I mean, I was super satisfied with Hustler music for sure. I was stoked.
Take us behind the scenes on the Back Heel Love, man. What was that session like?
It was coming around that time to get an ender. Yeah, it was coming around that time, and Jason was asking me like, "What do you want to do? What do you want to try and do?" It was him and Grant and Sir. Grant was filming for Chronicles too at the time. And I was thinking for a minute, but you know what? I wasn't thinking that hard because this is when Love Park, everyone was skating it. And it was right around winter time, so they drained it. And everyone was getting clips on it. I would see every other video part, someone doing something either on the ledge or the ledges or down the block. And I was skating with a shot a lot. And I was like, I want to try and back heel Love. And this was during winter time. It was cold as shit. So we went out there. There was only a handful of us. We pretty much only went out there for that. And you had to skate it at night. So we got a generator, lights. It was cold as a bitch. So, we lit it up. There was a bunch of heads there. And I started warming up. Ollied it a few times just to get the legs warm. And I started trying back heel. And after every try, I had to go behind the generator and take my shoe off and put it up to the exhaust pipe so I could like warm it up because my feet were like bricks, you know, and like so cold you literally can't even clear your toes. It just feels like leg brick. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's the last thing I would want to skate with my feet feeling that way. Jeez.
No, for real. And if you even skate around and you take like a 5-minute break, you got to re-warm up. So each try was about 6 minutes. So 6. Yeah, it was a hell of a session. But I happened to get it. So yeah, that was a good trip. Yeah.
Bro, we call him Coach Answer around here. But we got to get the...
yeah, I seen that video.
We got to get the rough cut on that session, man. That's a wild one.
Yeah, shit, I would love to see that too. Boom.
So from the outside looking in, that time of your career, everything's popping. You got the video parts banging. Sponsors are good. Everything's looking good. But behind the scenes, it wasn't necessarily all good. I don't know when things maybe flipped, but you down to tell us about kind of what happened with your career kind of after the meteoric rise and kind of fading away for a bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, so Chronicles 3 came out, and then maybe a few months later, my Push part came out, and then both of those parts came out. It's not the same year. Like, I remember Chronicles came out, I think, in the end of the year, and then Push maybe beginning of 2016. So those parts got done, and I had a little bit of, I wouldn't say downtime, but just, I was ready to kind of not settle down, but just figure out something else. And at the time, I was thinking about buying my first house. And when I was able to move my family, my mom and little brother out first. So when I was kind of thinking about it, I went ahead and called my mom. Hey, I'm thinking about buying a house. Would you guys want to move out here? And of course, like, they was like, well, fuck it. Because the stuff wasn't too hot in Virginia for like my family. So I thought, it was like, damn, I'll move them out here first, and it'll be like a second start on life, you know what I mean? So then we can all be together, you know? So yeah, I move them out. I'm already in escrow with the house in the valley. Mind you, my little brother has hemophilia. So everything is smooth. Everything is smooth for like maybe the first 6 months, moving in the house, mom, little brother with me. I hit up Kyle Berard because he has a concrete private skate park business. I think he still has it. I'm not sure. It's called Front Rock. And I hit him up because I had a lot of space in my backyard. So I hit him up to build a little skate park in the backyard. Everything was going good. And then wherever my little brother is, a nurse has to come out and put these IVs in his vein. It's called the factor, to help his blood clot. So he can heal. You know what I mean? You put these like 4 fluids. It's called the factor. You got to find a vein, or at the time he had a metal port thing in his system that just goes to his bloodstream. And they have to come out a few times a month and put this blood situation in his whatever. And at the time, the only nurse that could come out lived in South Central. And, you know, California, that's far, but it's far. But there's never not any traffic in California. So anytime he would come out to my place and do his factor, it would just take very long hours, he didn't complain about it. Everything was cool for months. Everything was good. But then as time went by, he slowly stopped like missing days. So he would show up 4 times a month, a little bit longer, 3 times a month, a little bit longer. And then it just went on, and he called us and was like, I can't come out there anymore. I'm not coming out there. I don't know why that was the only nurse that would come out, but that's what it was at the time. Me and my mom were trying to figure out what the fuck to do. That was the start of it. So at this point, I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm over here having to go to contests. I'm having to skate, film, still have a career, you know? I can't be home all the time. I can't drive to the hospital and do it. Like, I can't do it manually. I just do it. Someone has to come out. So the only thing at the time that I thought was dust. I was like, damn, well, I thought we were I thought I was gonna die in this house. Like, I thought that was it. We were gonna be chilling. So I was like, all right, fuck it. This is my little brother. I hit up Tim Gavin. Tim Gavin was my real soul at the time. And I was like, we got to put it on the market. Put the house on. So put the house. I got to figure out somewhere closer for us to be near the stars or something, so my little brother can get his factor. Put the house on the market. Mind you, I haven't even maybe lived in the house for a year, maybe. So put the house on the market. I bought another place in Van Nuys. Van Nuys was like 25 minutes closer from where my house was. 25, 30 minutes closer. We called the nurse. Everything was chilling. Everything was good. Going to escrow with this house. 1 week before I moved into that house, she was not coming out there either. So at this point, sorry, I'm stressing. And I took on all these responsibilities. So I got to handle it. And yeah, so that's moving out of that house. That shit took 2 months, a month. Going through escrow. I mean, escrow, it's not just like walk into the park. That shit takes time. So that's another couple months or whatever. And then when he says he can't go to that house either, I had to put that house on the market. Didn't even move a piece of furniture into it. It was shitty. But I mean, I did make money on both houses, but at the time, it wasn't even about the money. Like, that's the last thing I was worried about. I was worried about getting the place to like be set in stone, so I can just be fluent and get back to what I was doing. So yeah, I just pack up ship again. Well, I didn't pack up ship again, and everything was already in the fucking U-Haul. I couldn't even move into the damn house. So I had to go downtown, and thankfully, the dude in my first house was like, "You guys can stay here for a couple of days until you figure it out." But I was in downtown every day at 6 a.m. and waiting for those leasing offices to open up just to find something to have me and my family in, And yeah, I found this loft that could fit all of us in. I mean, I had 2 dogs, my mom, my little brother. I had to find a place that was going to be comfortable for us. And at this time, I was spending, it was a lot of money. It was like $6,000 for this place. And I was just stressing over here spending this money now, not going towards anything when it could have been my mortgage, you know what I mean? But I'm like, at least we're good. So it was good for the nurse to come out being in downtown, because South Central and downtown are right there. So I'm still trying to just skate and do all this other stuff. But mind you, when I was going through that little thing before getting settled in downtown, I had to miss contests. I would go skate. The last thing, I would pull up to the skate park or go to a contest, and the last thing I wanted to do is like skate. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even think about skating. I'm like, fuck, what's going on back home? What's going on? Because I was the backbone of the family. You know what I mean? I just took on too many responsibilities too fast, and when things weren't working out, I made it work out. But the best thing I thought that I could do was kind of just, I mean, I was explaining to a lot of people what was going on, but it's not their responsibility. I took on these responsibilities, and I think I just needed kind of to separate myself and figure out what I'm going to do for my family before anything else. And then just little things kept popping up that just kind of added to not being confident enough to just go skate and just do my thing. Like, my little brother's appendix burst, which appendix like burst is pretty normal for someone with that condition. It's a little different. It was just a lot of things popping up, and the best thing I could do was move my mom and my little brother back to Virginia, because Virginia has the best children's healthcare hospitals. I mean, I think in the U.S. or close to it, they take care of business over it. So like, I moved them back, and this is maybe 2017 now. Yeah, 2017. And in that time, I moved my older brother out too, trying to like just help me out because I needed help. So I moved my older brother out, moved my mom and little brother back. I'm in downtown, stuck in this huge loft, spending money that I don't need to be spending. So I break that lease. Yeah, buy a house in Montebello. Just trying to own something. Just trying to own something, you know? So my brother moves into me in that house, and at the time, like he didn't have a car, so I helped him out and just to get because he got a job out there, and just to help him get back and forth to work. I bought him an enduro bike. You know what an enduro bike is? It's like it's a dirt bike, but with just blinkers and lights, license plate, the whole thing. So it's street legal. And I had a dirt bike myself, but it was just a regular YZ85. So it was just a regular dirt bike. And one night we decided to go get tacos at this taco stand right there on Whittier Boulevard. And if you're familiar with Whittier Boulevard, East LA, whatever, it's the whole strip is just filled with taco stands. Just taco stands, anything you can think of, it got it. It has it. But it was like 2 miles away from my house. So one night, we're like, fuck it, let's just take the bikes. It's still out there. So we took back roads there, got our tacos. It was like maybe like 10:30 at night. By the time heading back, maybe 11-ish. So when we're done eating, we were like, let's just take the main road. You know what I mean? Let's just take the main road. It's a ghost town out here. And if you're familiar with Whittier Boulevard, it's like there's a bunch of stoplights, but in between the stoplights, there's a bunch of yield signs on both sides of the street that lead into neighborhood. Because it's just like a big ass strip of just one big neighborhood along it, and then shopping centers, whatever. So we take the main Whittier Boulevard back. I'm in front of my brother. My bike doesn't have a light. He's like maybe a football field behind me. And I'm going. I'm maybe going like 50. Yeah, I was going like 50. I was definitely in fifth gear. And as I'm going, there's a lady on the other side of the street. And she was probably 400 or 500 feet. But I'm going 50, so that's coming up. So she stopped. She wasn't at a stoplight. She was at a yield sign. So if someone was coming on my street, she had to stop. She decides, and I'm looking at her the whole time, but I'm not slowing down. I'm thinking she sees me. So she pulls up, and she fully stops. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, good. She sees me. I'm good. And I'm going, yeah. And at the last minute, she decides to go. Fully pulls out. I T-bone, smack her at 50. I fly over her car. Helmet flew off. Bike falls on top of me. Stabs the side of my leg. And I just ragged on the pavement for like 60, 70 feet. The only thing that like stopped my fall was curb cut. And yeah, shoes fly off. Everything's off. I mean, one big scab on my back. It was bad. It was very bad. I'm very lucky to be alive. So I'm on the ground, and yeah, she pulls over. She gets out of the car, looks to see if I'm alive, gets back in the car and dips. Which, that sounds crazy. Yeah, whatever. But I don't care about that. I don't even care if she did. At the end of the day, I mean, if we're going to be real, I shouldn't have been on the fucking street.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I was just happy to be alive, to be honest. And then my brothers dragged me over to the curb. And I don't know how the hell, but cops showed up in 2 minutes. I couldn't even, like, maybe 45 seconds, cops showed up. And I'm like, how the fuck did they call? Because I definitely want to call them. So they come, ask me what happened. I said I T-boned her, whatever. T-boned this lady. And they're like, what lady? I was like, I don't know. She took off. I'm like, all right. And then right after that, ambulance comes. 30 seconds later, I'm like, God damn, you guys are on it. They come. start asking me questions, start getting the stretcher out. But before they could touch me or anything, I was like, please don't touch me. I'm not going, please don't touch me. Don't put me in anything. If anything, if I think anything is messed up, I'll go to the emergency room tomorrow or the next day on my own terms. Because, you know, if you go, yeah, I'm going to social sick with $4,000. So it's like there's like $4,000. So that's the first thing I thought about. I was like, no, I'm going to ask this officer to put me in the back of his car and take me home. And what was crazy, I was only 3 blocks from my house. I was only 3 blocks from my house. So he takes me home. He was like, before he puts me in the car, he was like, I'm impounding the bike. So I was like, yeah, take it away. I don't want it. Over here getting close to death, injuries, and not skating. Take it away. So I go home. My brother rides his bike home. And it was the scariest thing I've ever been through in my life. Like, my body's in shock for a couple hours. Like, it was, just imagine someone putting car cables on you and just your body's just twitching. I couldn't control it. And yeah, somehow I passed out. But the worst thing about the whole situation was waking up the next day and every single sheet was stuck to every wound. I'm having to rip it off because I had the worst road rashes. And yeah, that was that. I was in a wheelchair I couldn't walk. So me and my brother went to Goodwill, found a wheelchair. We got a wheelchair from Goodwill. I couldn't walk for like 2 months, 2 months. Went to go get an MRI. And this is why people should really, really trust or have feedback on the doctors they go to. Because I went to this MRI person, do the MRI, and she says I tore my meniscus and my ACL. So I'm over here, God damn. Can anything else, like if anything else is not going to go my way, just throw it on me. Like, fucking throw it on me. So I'm over here thinking my meniscus and ACL is torn. But she did give me a piece of paper with like a bunch of specialists in the area that do x-rays and MRIs. And I don't even know why, but I had this thought in my head I was like, it cannot be true. Even though I couldn't walk at the time, so whatever she was telling me, I was like, that's what it is. That's what it is. But every week that went by, I felt that much better. Like I couldn't walk on it for a while, but I just felt like I could move it a little more every week, couple weeks that went by. So I found that piece of paper she gave me. I looked up some of the doctors and the reviews or whatever, and there was this one right here in Glendale. And I wanted to go check him out just to get another MRI. And he does it, comes back, and he was like, look, I can see what she thought she seen, but there's nothing, you didn't tear nothing. Nothing is torn. Gives me a booklet of like home therapy, like remedy things to do. And it's like, you'll be good in 2 months. I can't skate for about 8, but you'll be able to skate and you'll go through surgery. So imagine if I would have just took her word for it.
Fuck.
I wouldn't have not known if it was messed up or not, you know? That would have been another chunk of however much money I didn't have to spend, you know? But yeah, that whole process after getting into the dirt bike accident put me out for a little bit over a year.
Wow.
And then, I was slowly getting back into skating around beginning of 2018. I was going to this park called Rosemead because I don't know, I didn't want to be around a lot of people. I'm sure people probably thought I was being I don't even know what they thought, but I just didn't want to be around a lot of people because, first of all, I've been gone for like not gone, but just not in the limelight for about 3 years now. I had all this stuff kind of get thrown on top of me over the years. I didn't have my confidence. Couldn't skate the way I did, from coming off a really bad accident. So I just didn't want to be seen from really anymore. So I was going to this skate park called Rosemead and trying to get my steps right. And then I put that house on the market, moved back downtown, and I was really trying to get where I did. Feel good on my board again. Kind of be around, just being out and getting my confidence back. Getting my confidence back is probably the hardest thing. And then my mom passed away.
Fuck.
So it was just a lot of shit that just kept turning me. If there was a little bit of time frame where I was thinking I was doing good or feeling better, just something else kept getting thrown on top of me. And yeah, man, that was pretty much it. After coping with her passing, I kind of just put my foot down and was like, look, I don't even know if there is going to be anything after this with like skating, but I'm still going to get back to where I was. If I'm on anything or not, whatever. Oh, yeah.
How old are you now?
I am 30 now.
30?
Yeah.
Still youngin'.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel...
the new 20, baby. But you 40, I'm 30, so who's 20? Sorry. You riding for anyone else these days?
Just Carrie Yuma, non-factory, nothing special. That's really it. Wow, that's really it.
Bro, like Donald said, it's awesome to see you shredding again on the gram, looking on P. Still got it, baby. Fucking still young, so looking forward to future banging parts and everything you got in store.
Yeah, I'm about to drop a part here in a bit.
Oh, let's go. I was about to say, what's next for Trevor Colden?
I mean, just skate. Just skate all the time, as much as I can. Sell as much as I can. Put out this part. It was supposed to be a full-length video for Cariuma, but a lot of people's schedules are hard, so whatever. And not all the same people ride for Cariuma anymore. So we're just doing individual parts, and yeah, hopefully I can get it on a platform that will, I don't know, like bracket, you know what I mean?
Sick. You got your ender?
It's funny you said that. I think I got it yesterday.
Ooh. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when we talked like a month
up?
ago, you were trying to get it.
Yeah, I think I got it yesterday.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'm stoked.
Looking forward to that one, dog.
Feel the heat from here.
Yo, it's Rapid Fire with the Ghost, and this week we're honored to be brought to you by the only truck we fuck with. That's Thunder, baby. And they've got a new pro truck for our boy and Bunt alum, Brad Cromer. That's right. If you're a fan of Cromer, you know he likes to set up simple and clean. His new Behavior Pro truck comes on polished hangers, a new textured dual-color gray-silver base plate, treatment, and graphic nod to one of his many vintage T-finds. Not familiar? Check out Brad's YouTube page. He's got the goods. Speaking of goods, you know your local skate shops always got you covered with the Thunder gear. Make sure to hit up Holistic, Third Layer, Blue Tile, Pawn Shop, Southside, Time Machine, Black Sheep, and 510 in the States. And if you're up here in Canada, tap in with the Drift and Antisocial. You get me? Thunder Trucks, baby. The only grind. All right, Trevor, a little rapid fire. You know what I'm saying? Let's pop this shit off, bro. Favorite skater?
Off top, I mean, I've always been like a a really big Wes Kramer fan. I mean, of course, a shot, but it just has to be one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world if there's like two, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could name 20, but yeah, just those two probably. Like Shaw, Wes Kramer, uh, Grant Taylor. Yeah.
Clean. It's a good big three. Favorite video?
Probably, yeah, Mystery Black and White video.
Sick.
Or It's Official.
Oh,
That
shit.
girl. It's Official was amazing. Yeah, probably that. That was huge in Virginia, too. Anything KO was huge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably that.
Favorite style?
That's a hard one. Because I could say Wes Kramer, I could say Grant Taylor, Raven Tercere.
Patrick Proman.
What? What? What?
Just kidding.
I was a big Raven for sure. Wow.
Yeah, he's got 60.
Yeah, I like it. It's different.
Which skater had the biggest influence on the way you skate?
When I was in Virginia, of course, I looked up to, Brian Herman.
Boom.
Sure.
Clean. Young hard flips.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I learned hard flips. Most
Hell
definitely.
yeah. Most talented skateboarder on planet Earth.
I mean, Cookie. He can do everything. Anything.
Oh, true. Yeah.
He can literally do everything.
First.
Yeah.
But
That's a good one.
That's a good one, right? There's nothing he can't skate.
Mm-hmm.
Footy
Right.
machine.
Yeah, for sure.
Hardest trick for you?
Switch on show. I don't know. I don't even know
Oh,
why.
what? That's an easy one. You could do that.
I don't even know why.
It is, bro. Come on. Don't hit me with the switch front.
I can do them, but they're so gross. I decide not to.
Most illegal trick?
Or like pop shut snails or some shit. A little bit.
Real shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But if I see it, I'm still like, damn, I can't believe you can do that. But yeah, I mean, maybe that one.
Yeah, man. Fucking your black box homie Billy Marks used to throw them shits down rails
Oh,
for days.
Why are you doing that? Oh,
this is terrible, dude. Some people and hit them with the 180 out sometimes on that thing too.
Bro, you know the Smith used to run those. Actually,
Sure.
if you want to embarrass me, Jay, I did one down the shred rail. It's on YouTube.
Oh,
Probably not hard to find. What's the favorite clip you've ever gotten?
maybe something in what I've been filming for now, because kind of appreciate it a little more. Just being able to do it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. So it's something in my part that's coming out.
We'll keep our eyes peeled, man. What's the worst trend you've been a part of?
Skin tight pants.
epic.
Yeah, skin tight pants.
Classic.
I don't think there's anything to regret there, though, man. They were pretty fly when
yeah.
people were rocking them.
No, for sure. I was the kid like at the school getting made fun of. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
so you guys don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Bro, in high school, some guy called me Garth Brooks because I was walking around in some tight pants, and I was like, "Damn,
Super
this guy
tight.
doesn't know what the fuck's going on."
Yeah, let's
Skate
start-
world, this fucking
You
clown.
could never do it.
Yeah,
I'm so glad I never really got down with that. I mean, I've had skinnies for me, but never like spray on fucking Jim Greco things.
that's the
Oh,
America
sure.
way.
What's the gnarliest trick you've ever witnessed?
There's this gap trail in Pasadena. It's shot. We were skating Pasadena, and you definitely seen tricks on it. It was in his Chronicles 2 part. It's a double set. It's a circle rail going down, and people just
Mhm.
gap to skate the down part. And it's
Windsor
both
James
sides.
only front board.
Yes, and seeing right at the time, I seen shot kickflip back lip it. I didn't even know you could throw like I didn't even what. But even him just how, like sometimes you're not comfortable with a trick, you fuck with it, just like kind of kick the board at it or just put one foot on it. just seeing him do that at the time, I was like, oh my God, how is he getting used to it? You know what I mean? But yeah, probably kick the back lip.
Bro, that's one of those ones where you could watch that part today and it's still just as relevant as ever.
Crazy.
But that thing must have perfect dimensions because the tricks that have gone down on that, like I remember Fabrizio Santos did back lip back in the day. It might have been a 4-1 opener, and it was like, holy fuck.
Insane.
And then like Malto did back over crook, like Nigel back nose blunt. That shit's fucked. What's the last new trick you learned?
Switch lip back 5-0. Because I could always switch heel back 5-0, but I never even try to switch slip back 5-0.
That's twisted, man. Because you literally like nollie flip crook handrails. It's basically the same trick.
Yeah, like I switch lip back tail and do a couple switch lip tricks into stuff, but I never tried to do back 5-0 for some reason.
Favorite teammate ever?
Probably BA.
Sick.
Yeah,
BA
legend.
BA was just a cool dude. Being on trips with him, he was kind of like a parent in the way to like everybody. Like someone will be skating a spot, he would run to the grocery store, make sure everyone's situated. Like,
epic.
Be all good. Like, hey, you need anything, you're good. Like, you know what I mean? Just making sure everyone's got everything.
Worst company?
For those people that make the knobs.
Yeah, are they an actual company?
Skate Stoppers?
Whatever it is, whoever makes those damn knobs. Probably that.
Fair enough.
No, Skatestoppers.com. They exist.
That's a thing? Yeah.
Fucking losers. Holy shit, they got all sorts of ones you could buy.
Hey,
Worst trend?
fuck, it's not even the worst trend. But if someone's doing a hard ass line, you expect the second trick to be the banger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why start off with the hard trick and then the second trick be like kind of whatever? You know what I mean?
100%.
If you're hitting whatever kickflip back nose blunt on a ledge, like I'm already expecting the second trick to be stupid. I was just about to say, what?
Yeah. I hate the ones where the second trick is like almost kind of good, but it's worse than the first one. I can't remember the specific one, but someone did something and then like nollie front nose grind revert, and you're like, come on, dog. Like you're not fooling anyone with that almost good trick. But switch crooks is the most classic second trick, fake line, backwards line, or like switch tail.
For some people, switch crooks is hard, man.
I know, but I hate to throw Stevie under the bus, but classic fakey 5-0, fakey flip, I think, in the DC video, and then hits you with a push or two, and you're like, oh shit, where is he going? And then he switch crooks as a ledge, and it just cuts. But that shit was more common back then. Worst style?
Bro, I'm not answering that shit, bro. I'm not here to put anyone down. Hell no. People skate their own way. And the last thing I'm thinking about is it's something that I don't care to look at. Like I don't care. Like do you. That's what's up. Like skate the way you want to skate. I'm not gonna put you down. Fuck it.
All right, Trevor, last but not least, last person you want on the sesh.
5-0.
Classic.
Luis. That'd be unfortunate if they showed up. Session's over, baby. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap up our interview with Trevor Colden, man. Can't thank you enough for coming on the pod and doing this interview, man.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me on. Much appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, G. Hype for your part. Happy you're in a better place. Stoked to see what the future has in store, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.
Welcome back to the post office, brought to you by our good friends over at Dickey's Skateboarding. Quality workwear since 1922. From the work site to the streets. Ain't nobody keep you fitted like Dickey's, man. Ghost, Who we got up first?
First up, got an email from Mr. Paul Hahn. Short and sweet. Nollie trays. Are nollie trays still cool? That's all. Thanks. P.
Like what? Yes, very cool. I mean, height of the coolness for me was Grant Patterson, nollie tray, and fucking everything. But obviously, still a very cool trick. We did a bracket on nollie trays, man. Like timeless trick. Like none of the tray flips could not be cool. You know?
Yeah. And nollie tray is one of the dopest ones. I mean, fuck, all four are pretty.
It's the hardest one to do like well. People can like skimp them and shit, but the rare people that pop them and do them perfect, like that's a true skill, man.
Yeah, our brother Hardy, I thought should have won the bracket. It's my favorite nollie tray probably to this day, but you can't. That's be one mad where
Star Power edged out the greatness of James Hardy.
Yeah, and then Grant, like you said, all-time greatness. Some recent ones, Will just had one down 10 in the dime video. Shane O'Neill just had one down a set in his part. He has the crazy ones. Like, he catches that shit back foot heavy. Mm-hmm. And who else? Antonio Durao.
Antonio what?
Durao,
yeah.
Down the huge set. Or like that big whatever the fuck
was a
that
big
thing
5
is.
or 6 or whatever, yeah.
Somewhere in New York. That might have been like that's the biggest one I've seen in a minute. But yes, nollie trays are still cool. I don't know what would make you think otherwise, but still cool.
Like what's a trick that's not cool anymore?
I don't know, laser flips, but those never really were.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like to question the coolness of nollie tray in like comparison to like something that was once cool and isn't anymore. That's not cool. All right, next up, we've got an email from Alex James. What's good, blokes? What's both of y'all's top 3 favorite TV shows of all time? For many, many years, Safa took me under his wing. You know, shared his vast knowledge of television and showed me the greats like Sopranos, Oz, The Wire, Breaking Bad, stuff like that. You know, the classic. Probably that's like the top 4 in different order for whoever or whatever. Let's leave those ones out and pick three other ones.
Yeah, I was going to say back in those days, you and Cody were on a similar level of what you thought was elite, and I had to take
tell you something.
But Cody's still stuck in his fucking...
He's still delusional.
I don't know what kind of crap he's watching.
Dude, Prison Break has
Prison
Break
potential. Is so bad. It's insane.
But the beginning of Prison Break is great. And you know what's crazy is I went on that Sons of Anarchy journey with Cody.
One of the
that
worst.
Never ended. But now I'm on this goddamn Yellowstone journey by myself.
Actual
and it's
trash.
Basically, they're not bikers. They're just cowboys now. It's the same thing. But it's a little better. I actually like it. It's ending last episode of the series.
Yeah,
this previous Sunday.
I watched the first like 3 or 4 because so many people were, you have to watch it. I'm like, yo, this is a soap opera. I can't do it.
Episodes or seasons?
For episodes. I saw until like the daughter's naked, and then I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah,
like, that's all.
Crazy.
That's all I came to see. I'm just kidding. But anyways,
Jesus.
No, that show's trash. But yeah, I'm happy I was able to show you some realness, and you have a more refined taste.
Yeah,
in TV
now I know if
now.
I'm watching trash or if I'm into something good.
That's the good thing, because it's okay to watch trash as long as you know it's trash.
I love
but like Cody will try and tell you that these shows are
that's the sad
elite.
part. But the one that we watched, me and him together, that is greatness is Breaking Bad. All-time show. Unreal.
Yeah, I hated that show the second time around. I actually liked the spin-off more, Better Call Saul. I don't know if you watched that yet.
I've tried many times. Couldn't get into it.
Okay, I got a question for you. Because this is a recommendation I've mentioned. Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon?
No, never.
I dare you to watch Arcane and tell me Vi ain't fine as hell, Deggy.
You're sick. I genuinely don't like cartoons anyways.
Yeah.
I've never been like a cartoon guy. But okay, top 3.
If we're not doing I had like a top 3, but we're not doing the obvious Sopranos, The Wire, and shit. I'll just go top 3 currently. Severance, 1 season only, and that shit. Like, I can't wait for season 2. Arcane, almost done season 2. So fucking elite. Somehow better than season 1. I didn't think was possible. And we'll go with a random one, Babylon Berlin. They took it off Netflix.
Are these things?
Incredible show. But Squid Game season 2 coming December 26th.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That'll be great. All right. We'll start it with the Real Housewives franchise. Just like the whole encompassing thing is actually, if you're addicted to your phone and you watch sports like me and you've got a girlfriend/wife that loves TV, like, you can just watch your sports on the computer, headphones on, one headphone, have the Real Housewives on the TV. Like, it's magical. And then maybe like Curb, because I just recently watched Curb completely for the first time, which is unreal. And then Friends. I actually love Friends.
What the most random?
Funny.
Okay, I was thinking more like serious, like dramas.
All right. And then remove Friends. I'll say Top Boy. Still one of my favorites. Obviously, you could tell the production went up in value towards the end. I like the grimy side of seasons 1 and 2, but Top Boy, unreal.
Good call. Yeah, I'll do a quick top 3 on the comedy side, less serious. UK Office, OG all day. Curb, and let's go with Job and Arrested Development Gang. Those 3 I could watch episodes like in the background all day, every day.
Yeah. The Office. Some good stuff.
Epic. Thanks. I didn't think we were going to be talking about cartoon crushes today, but you never know in the post office.
We weren't.
All right. Next up, we got a voice note from Lucas Hickok. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Seifa and Dono. Hope you guys are doing well. This is Lucas from Brooklyn. Big fan of the pod. Thanks for everything you guys do. After watching Jamie Foy's New Balance part the other week, I was thinking a lot about the trick front 180 switch crook. And then that had me thinking about the trick back 180 switch front crook, and I couldn't bring to mind any times that trick has been done. I know it has, and I was just wondering if you guys could place any time that trick has been done, because I would really love to watch one. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Let me know.
Okay, so do you think he forgot to specify from the side? Because we've obviously seen back 180 switch front crook a million times. It's a great trick on step up ledges and shit. Or
yeah, it's
like
a classic
straight on.
I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt
that he meant from the side.
From the side, yeah. But either way,
if we're talking regular, like
we're seeing people flip into that, big spin into that straight up. Yeah.
Mitch has a great one. He's been doing them for years.
Our homer switch back heeled into it.
Yeah. Skateboard Jakes. Carlos Icky switch backside flipped into it way back in the day. Seen it like more from other people more recently, but
from the side, back 180 switch front crook. I don't know.
Sora Shirai, is that? I don't know if that's how you say his name.
Guy?
He does them from the side like crazy.
I fucking love that guy.
One of the craziest ones I ever saw, it was an accident, was I'm fucking blanking on his name now. A Brazilian skater who's more of a contest guy. I think he rides for Monster. Blanking on his name, but he did backside flip switch front crook from the side down like a rail in a contest.
Holy
But like
fuck.
he was trying kick back tail and he just went into front crook. It was insane. Suchu did back 180, like kind of like switch front crook revert all the way around from the side, which was pretty nuts.
Jesus.
It's definitely a rare one from the side, but they're out there. But
Yeah.
straight on, I don't know, man. Maybe you're blind because straight on.
No,
They
it's just
happen all the
maybe
time.
like brain fart type of day. It happens.
Yeah. Give you the benefit of the doubt, Lucas.
Is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we've got an email from Stells. Yo, Ghost, it's been a minute since you asked someone for a box. Just want to clarify. It hasn't. We just don't do it on air as much anymore. Guess the boxes are flowing for you, my guy. Well, it's Christmas time, and your boy is looking for a Bunt box. Hook the kid up, sends us his address, and then says, that Wheatley interview was incredible. Shout out to 6ix9ine God of Sin. Peace, boys. What do you think, man? We gonna hook the kid up?
Nah.
Oh, close. If you come find us in public or in person, sorry, not in public.
Because we don't want to get the inbox flooded with requests if we say yes. What's to stop everyone from saying, "Can I get a box?" But appreciate the hustle. Yo, you want to hear a funny one about speaking of asking for boxes? This was a new for me. Never done this. Woke up to a text from Nicole Haas, our homie, saying, "Yeah, like I'll see what I can do." And I'm like, "What?" Bro, I sent the text when I was like blackout last night asking for a box. And I forgot and woke up to the text and I was so confused. So that's a new low for your boy, but we still trying to secure boxes
Good for
behind
you,
the
man.
scenes.
Good for you.
Sober or blackout. I'm coming for that box.
I love it. This next one's propaganda, bro.
Yo, next up, we got an email. I love this one from Drew Peacock. What up, Bunt plugs? Love the pod and just been catching up on some old episodes. And I find myself wondering if you guys ever listen back to some old rundowns to see how bad some of your predictions were. Examples: Donald predicting the Bills go 17-0 after starting 2-0 a few years ago and then immediately losing the next game. Donald saying the Giants should pay Daniel Jones and not Saquon Barkley.
Hey, they did. So
Damn,
I'm not the only one.
I'm bummed I get thrown under the bus too. And the Ghost claiming that Kenny Pickett is the QB of the future. Small hands, big plans is an all-time quote. Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work.
Luckily for us, we don't go back and re-listen
Never.
to the rundown. I barely hear what I'm saying and what Safe is saying while I'm recording it. But the Bills, tough day to talk shit about them, man. Just went into Detroit and took out America's team. The Bills look great again this season. Obviously, you know, would Saquon look this good on any other team than Philly? Who's to say, you know?
Are you seriously
maybe not-
trying to defend those takes right now?
I'm just saying, like, he landed in the best spot, either there or Baltimore. Those are the two good spots, you know, or maybe KC, but like, riddle me this.
The Daniel Jones part of it, though.
So they don't pay Daniel Jones and they keep Saquon. What type of year does Saquon have with Tony DeVito as the quarterback?
Yeah, he's still dust, but like Saquon's clearly like an
better
elite
asset.
player. Yeah, better asset. Like regardless if you're just looking
what would have made
within their
this
position.
Is if Drew Peacock dropped some sort of prediction and we could, you know, come back and look on this later.
Yeah, to defend my
But-
Kenny Pickett thing, like that was straight hope
Fandom.
and like wanting it to happen. Kenny shit Pickett was my keeper QB for 1 year, so I was like trying to will him
Bro.
into being good, and that was
Kenny
clearly-
Pickett had Safa listening to beat writers, hoping for some good news on the man. So, Jesus Christ.
17-0 at 2-0. I don't remember that one. That's fucking insane.
All right. Next up, we've got an email from Simon Fraser McKenzie. He likes to go by Barry McCockiner. Hey, fellas. Love the show and hoping to give you guys a good topic for discussion today. What are some of your favorite sports media moments? Some personal favorites for myself include Richard Sherman telling Skip Bayless he's never accomplished anything, Max Kellerman's "I want Iguodala," and Charles Barkley's infamous 2 words. Thanks, guys.
Do you remember that one? Barkley, I got 2 words for you. Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Must see TV. And then they're like, that's more than 2 words. He's like, all right, Nash and Paul. They're like, it was fucking amazing.
Charles still doing the damn thing, man. His Diddy quote this week, all time.
Oh, and he's like, maybe not the right time.
Yeah, when Kenny starts talking about Jay-Z. But media moments, man, even like every week something good is happening. Like Stephen A just beat Kenny in a free throw contest.
Oh, I didn't watch that yet. Fuck.
Dude, like it's Stephen A won. It is, sports media is at an all-time high right now everywhere. But an all-time favorite would be, I mean, aside from it being like, you know, a racial thing, I always thought it was hilarious when they would have Don Cherry attempt to pronounce the Russian players' names. So that was always a good time. But anything with our buddy Booger McFarland when he was on his roll, that's top flight. Let me think of something in particular.
Oh man, Booger on the what's his face's pod was gold when he was talking about he went for a visit, like a college visit, and they wanted him to play center in front of Peyton Manning, and they're like, the guy like grabs him, he's like, all right, close your eyes, now bend down. He's like, I want you to imagine you're reaching down behind Peyton Manning reaching down behind your ass or something. And now you look up and there's thousands of people cheering. You're the starting center for whatever college. And he's like, what the hell? He's like, hell no. Like, that sounds horrible to me. I'm playing defense and I'm not going to this school. Like,
okay, what's a good one?
Fuck, I'm blanking because I literally have hundreds of Charles Barkley moments and Shaq and Kenny. But maybe the one we played in Australia the other day that I thought was so funny at the time that I put on my personal YouTube channel. Maybe we'll put it in the story. When they're talking about a place in Ireland called Dingle, and Barkley gets so excited that he's like, Kenny, don't you know about Dingle? He's like, huh? Like, don't you have dingleberries? Oh, shit.
Classic, man. Sports media. Those guys are just as important as the games and the players, to be honest with you.
Dude, Michael Irvin on First Take was like gold every week. I miss that.
Yeah. All right. Keep it moving.
All right. Last up this week. Question for Dono. What is your favorite gravy recipe? If you have many, you can hit us with your best gravies. Much love and respect to you both. What?
What is this?
I have no idea.
This is a response to my gravis,
Oh,
whatever the fuck you want to call it. Gravis ain't seen this type of engagement in years in social media, so you know, take some losses with some wins, or whatever the fucking quote is. Some wins with the losses.
I didn't even get that one, but
however the fuck it goes, man.
Barry McCockiner.
Yeah, that's your boy.
No, it's just funny. They still keep trying to get us, but had to expose them on them,
man. All right, y'all. That's gonna wrap up this week's edition of the Post Office. Get your emails and voice notes in to the buntlive@gmail.com. We'll see y'all after Christmas. This is the rundown, the Skateboard World source for sports. Ghost, we talked about it last week. We were looking forward to it this week. But the Bills walked in to Detroit and handled business. And Josh Allen pretty much crowned himself the MVP, would you say?
Yeah, I think at this point, they've got 2 games left against New England. Like, that's 2 guaranteed dubs. It would be shocking at this point. I mean, Lamar went nuclear today, but that was against the Giants. Mm-hmm. So it would take a shocking twist of events for him to lose it at this point. And I don't know, I didn't really watch I was more red zoning, but I had the Detroit game on the side. It wasn't as sick as I was hoping. Like, Detroit took too long to get into the game, and then they were just behind the whole time. They couldn't use their usual run game to fucking control the pace and shit, and wasn't the game that I was hoping for. Even though it was high scoring, it was the Lions never really felt like they were
chasing the whole game.
Yeah,
I think Buffalo scored on the first 4 straight possessions, and from that point on, Detroit's doing everything they could, but Detroit's defense is absolutely obliterated. They have nobody. They've been holding on for dear life, making free agent signings, and usually doesn't get shown like this. But Josh Allen, after the loss to St. Louis, after the loss to the Rams last week, where he put up monstrous numbers, just went right back to work and did the same thing, and the offense just outran Detroit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first downs were coming way too easy all afternoon. That was impressive. This is
0 targets, 0 yards for Amari Cooper in a 48-point game. The way Josh Allen's doing it makes you think that having Stephon Diggs all those years just slowed them down, man, having that number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, that was shocking. I was all for it. I was facing Amari Cooper in a fantasy matchup, so
nice.
I'd be looking for his number all the time, and I'm like, he wasn't.
Something's glitching.
He played that many snaps, but that was wicked. It's fucking impressive, man. I'm not a Bills guy, and the better they look, the more shook I'm like, damn, who's gonna take them out this year? Because they're looking like they could go to the Super Bowl at this point.
Going to come down to them and our next topic, the Chiefs. The Chiefs went in to Cleveland. They got the job done. Jameis got his job done. Do a little bit of everything out there. Haven't seen video of the speech this week, but can't wait to catch that tomorrow morning. But Patrick Mahomes goes down. He's week to week, 2 games ahead of the Bills right now. Is it possible they lose both? The Bills win both. They have the tiebreaker, I think, because they beat the Chiefs, and the Bills get the bye.
It's possible. Okay, so Casey's got Houston next week. That's definitely not an easy matchup.
Who's the quarterback?
Well, Andy Reid said he thought Mahomes could go back in if they needed him to. I know they're calling it week to week, but Mahomes hates missing even 1 snap. So, they probably forced him to stay out. We're up 2 touchdowns. Jameis is playing like dog shit. Let's not make it worse. I think Mahomes plays next week. He might be gimpy, but I don't think he's going to sit out. They want to hold on to that bye. Even a gimpy
Mahomes, could Houston beat them?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. It's not. Houston's a tough one next Saturday, and then Pittsburgh tough, and then they got fucking the Broncos.
Houston and Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's not easy.
Yeah, and the Broncos, who should have beat them earlier. It was the blocked field goal game, I believe. So they could. I don't think they're going to go 0-3, but there's way more likelihood of them losing their matchups than Buffalo is going New England, and then they've got. Tell me they've got at least 1 hard matchup left. The Jets and New England. Holy shit. Okay, so Buffalo should go 3-0. They've got the tiebreaker. It's possible. So Casey just needs to win. Casey needs to go 2 out of 3 if we're assuming Buffalo wins all 3.
Yeah.
I think they got that. I think they can beat.
You think KC's got it?
I think they can beat Houston. I think it's Houston at home, and I think they can beat the Broncos.
Yeah, they need the bye too. So just an updated playoff picture. KC, Detroit still have their buys, even though Buffalo beat both of them, but we're not going to talk about that. Of the other 6 matchups, tell me who's most likely to upset. You got the Vikings in Tampa Bay, Green Bay in Seattle, Washington and Philly, Baltimore and Houston, which would be in Houston for Baltimore.
Wow.
The Chargers and Pittsburgh, which would probably be the ugliest game of them all, and Denver and Buffalo.
What was the
They're
first
wild.
2? That's all, you threw a lot at me right there.
Home team Tampa Bay versus Minnesota, and home team Seattle versus Green Bay.
Seattle, Green Bay, maybe.
But that
They're
would be
playing right
Green
now.
Bay would have to win to be the upset.
Oh, because Seattle's gonna have home.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. That might be the most competitive division of all
It
of them.
could go anywhere. Yeah.
Because the Rams won, right?
I have no idea. I'm just looking for
Yeah, the Rams won that horrible game Thursday.
mhm.
I don't know, man. Fucking.
If that ends up, my eyes are all over Houston, Baltimore, man. Because after all this and a whole other year of Lamar Jackson doing the damn thing, and then he has to walk into Houston. And I think that
He beat them last year in the playoffs.
Houston in the offseason was everybody's fan favorite. This up-and-coming team, everybody's favorite young quarterback. They go out, they get Diggs, they get Mixon. They're looking even better. And they're pretty much the same as last year, you know? And Stroud's having a worse year than last year. Joe Mixon's carrying them.
We might have crowned him a little too early, man.
Well, are we doing the same with Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, they barely fucking beat New Orleans
Our-
Saints with a backup, and a third stringer came in too.
We always talk about how hard it is for a quarterback to get into that elite tier. And I think Stroud and Daniels, we just don't know enough about them yet.
Yeah, I like to wait a little longer. I think I'm guilty with Stroud. Like, it was some of the shit he was doing last year was insane.
Insane.
But this year, that whole team is kind of taking a step back. I feel like they were on fire around this time last year, if I remember correctly. They didn't start out like amazing, but then they like turned it up
Mhm.
midway through. And this year, they're just kind of like barely beating shit teams and not playing very inspiring football.
No. All right, let's move over to the NBA. Update me on what's going down in the NBA Cup. We've got a championship to hand out.
Yeah, so it was the semis on Saturday. Bucks versus the Hawks. Houston versus OKC in the West.
Crazy.
I put down a little parlay. I had Hawks. Hawks look good in their win, and the Bucks barely beat Orlando without Franz and Paolo. So I'm like, let me just ride the hot Hawks right now. Boom, that's my first one, and I'm like, okay, most likely to score 20 points. It's Steph Curry. Sorry, it was a different player, but I had Hawks to win, Steph Curry 20 points, and then I had the Knicks to win, Jalen Brunson 20 points. Neither of them got 20 points, and both their teams lost. So
and 0 for 4 parlay.
0 for 4 on one that felt so easy. But anyways, the Bucks beat the Hawks. Shouldn't have been too surprised there. And then the Thunder, who are just on another level, beat the up-and-coming Houston Rockets, who I keep saying shout out to them. Their coaching and everyone buying into their roles has been really dope. But yeah, we got a dope final. We got one of the oldest teams in the league, average age, the Bucks. Giannis and them boys, Middleton's back against one of the younger, funner teams to watch, OKC. I got my money on OKC, man. Too much
still,
depth.
right?
No Chet, but Hartenstein is back. So they started the year with no Hartenstein for like the first month or so, and Chet was playing, and then
They swapped.
they swapped. So they're not even at full strength, and they're still shitting all over everyone.
Is SGA on a collision course to get the MVP deserved last year?
Dude, it's crazy. It's the same thing we saw last year. They're number one in the West, and SGA's numbers are insane. But dude, believe it or not, Jokic is having he's somehow playing better. The team around him is worse, so it's I think he's averaging a
getting
triple
better.
double still. So individually, he's having, I think he's averaging 56 points, rebounds, and assists, which has only ever been done by Wilt Chamberlain back in the day. So he's doing like unreal shit right now. But their team, I think, they're in 6th. Yeah, and OKC's in 1st. And last year's same thing. OKC had the number 1 seed. SGA's numbers weren't as eye-popping, and they gave it to the lower-seeded Nuggets. We'll see. I think it's tough. We've never seen these numbers, but like, I hate to see someone miss out on MVP, because back in the day, it used to just be like, yo, just give it to the best player on the 1st or 2nd seed.
Yeah.
In whatever conference is more dominant. They've kind of gone away from that ever since they gave it to Russell Westbrook when he averaged the triple-double and they were like the 5th seed. So I actually have no fucking idea, but I want SGA to get it. Jokic has 3.
Bring that home to Canada. Can I get an update on the Real Housewives of the Philadelphia 76ers, man? What's going on with them boys, bro?
I just saw like half an hour ago, Embiid ruled out for tomorrow. He left. He was playing yesterday, I believe. Got hit in the face and left for the remainder of the game. IB hit the group chat saying, what did he say? He was tripping him. He's like, yeah, Joel Embiid face will not return. He said, Hadley, you may as well waive this guy. He's played in like 4 or 5 games this year, man. It's sad over there.
What's the update with LeBron James? Away from the team, are we going to see him traded before the deadline? And if so, I know you don't like him, so you probably wouldn't want to see him end up on a contender, but where would he end up?
I mean, they're talking about the rumors are...
They're probably going crazy.
He's more open to going to play with Steph when before he wasn't. Of course he is. But it's saying he's day-to-day questionable with a foot for tonight's game. I don't know what the latest is. I'm against him in a fantasy matchup, so I'm hoping he doesn't play. But yeah, fuck. Lakers are going nowhere fast, and I kind of like it that way.
Oh, man. And our NBA players, the least professionals there are, man. With all these missed games...
in that sense, yes, because they got guaranteed money.
How do they control this?
But yo, you can't say that the week Devondre Campbell walked off the field on Thursday night in a game that was well within the balance. Like, so I'd say that is a little.
But he wasn't playing. I mean, that's obviously unprofessional. But he's a disgruntled player because there's a better player in front of him in the depth chart. That's his problem.
But that's more like the reaction.
Joel Embiid is a perennial MVP candidate who won't go on the court.
Yeah. I think he's legitimately hurt, though. Like, when you see him play, he can't move. It's just unfortunate. It's just sad. But the Devondre Campbell thing, that's more unprofessional than what I'm seeing my NBA boys do these days.
That's terrible, man. I'm all out of sports news. You got any topics for us? SLS. Did you watch? I did, and I missed it. I was busy, man. Christmas shopping today,
bro. Haisa, certified triple OG legend, did a sick run, and then she fell on her first 2 of 5, and she needed to go 3 for 3. She hit the front blunt, so she fell on front blunt shove twice on the 15. Hits it, and I didn't want her to try it. I'm like, yo, just kick front board it. Yeah, the big rail was gigantic. She hits the front blunt shove, 3rd try. I hate risking shoves in a contest. It's so scary to me. So she does the front blunt shove, hits it with the safety flip front board because she had a 9 on her run, so she didn't need to go as crazy for the middle score. And then kick back lip, 1st try, fucking insane. That was super entertaining.
So this is the Super Crown?
Super
Crown. What does that mean?
It's they have stops all over the world, and then the last one is the Super Crown. I guess it's more prize money, but it's like you qualify for it by skating all over. So she defended her title. I think that was her 3rd in a row, and it was in Brazil. So the crowd was going crazy. She was like, "Wow!" When they weren't loud enough before her like kickback lip, she's like, "So G." And then the men's, Nyjah won his first one since 2019.
How'd he do it?
Went crazy in the line section. Then he hit you with the nollie heel back lip to 15 first tee. Then he surprised everyone with the nollie flip back lip to fakie. And then he fell on switch heel front board, and then he did switch heel front board, and that might have been all he had to do, I think. Yeah.
Where was
Juan
the
Carlos?
Samurai home?
Yo, Juan Carlos. He couldn't get there because of passport shit. But yo, thoughts?
Sounds like
with,
some Niger collusion.
Thoughts with Juan Carlos? He actually almost died trying to switch nose blunt to 15. So hope
That's
he's
crazy.
good. That was scary to watch. But
Prayers to Juan Carlos.
yeah, I dared Malto to mention the Chiefs in his announcing, and he did not have the balls to do it. So Malto, you're soft.
He had no problem mentioning him in the group chat where he's all over Mason Silva right now. So Mason Silva's pulling his hair out, man.
Oh yeah, we need to update real quick. We
Yeah.
forgot to our Love Island Elimination League. Let me get
Tell him who's
the
eliminated,
people.
first of all.
Yeah. Okay, so standings going into the playoffs. So we'll start with last place, Tim Fulton, real team manager.
See ya, buddy.
Absolute disgrace. Finished 3-11. Dicks out, Nicole. Second last. I told y'all she was a fraud from day one. Drafting
believe I
Raheem
lost to her.
Mostert with her second pick. Third last, Jesse Alba.
But he
Scrub of
worked.
Pain.
He worked
Yeah.
his tail off to get out of
Making
there.
trades and shit. Fourth last, the legend himself, midlife Costin, Eric
Edge Lord
Costin.
Co-
And then Mike Moe, unfortunately missed the playoffs. He had a pretty good team, but he had Christian McCaffrey, so
Yeah.
you already know that was going to be hard. And then just barely missing the playoffs. We feel for you. He just sent a screenshot of his score and how pissed he is. Jake Anderson, you scrub.
One of the classic stories where more points for than 5 out of 6 players in the playoffs, but on the outside looking in.
It's a disgrace because when you look at the standings, he finished 7th with 1,500 points. And then in 6th place with his fraud-ass team with 1,268 points, Atiba, Jefferson.
Yo, hold on. Someone needs to create the meme, the Interstellar meme with Jake Anderson's head in the astronaut bubble.
His points against were ruthless. Okay,
Yeah.
then so Atiba came in 6th. Mason scrub ass came in 5th. Malto 4th. Dono 3rd. Myself 2nd, and Davis 1st. So me and Davis got buys.
Random skater of the week, top 3. Yeah.
Yo, real shit.
Insane.
So Dono actually ended up basically getting himself a bye by facing Atiba. After Thursday night, it was over.
The match is still on right now.
I know he played Brock Purdy 3 points on Thursday, so that was light work for you. And then we've got a heater, Mason and Malto talking bear shit to each other. Mason's basically having a mental breakdown because Denver's defense is keeping Malto in this shit.
Yo, this guy wrote in the group chat, low key down to be out. Like, that was the end for me. Like, dude, have some respect for yourself. But he's a 60-40 favorite right now. He should be able to hold on. He's still got his big
5.
dog.
He's up by 5. He has Bijan tomorrow.
And Malto's
And-
got Jacoby.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers. So that's the update. Next week, it's
Big
going to be me
dog.
versus Dono, which is going to be brutal. And
Safa
then
loves this shit.
and then Davis versus either Mason, probably Mason, or Malto. So we got to keep the people updated now.
Yes, we will. All right, y'all. You know where to find us next week. We'll be at the dinner table celebrating Christmas. Not with y'all, but the week after New Year's, we back. Little hiatus for Christmas. We've never run through the holidays, and we ain't about to work on Christmas, are we?
Yeah, but we got some barn burners lined up, so don't y'all worry. You dig?
Strap in.